Greetings, Arachnia heroes! This is Matt Patrick. Well, as of now, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is continuing to be the biggest Hollywood craze, but there is another craze that will come in later, only this time motivating us to see its original predecessor to see how well it holds up for self-preparations. And you know the line. Let's do this one last time. This is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and for the past 4 years, it's become one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time. Back in 2018, it was considered the year of the web slinger with an epic video game, an emotional scene from Infinity War, and a Venom movie. We don't talk about this one. But Into the Spider-Verse was a movie that changed everything for both animation and superhero movies. After the Sony hack in 2014, it was revealed that Phil Lord and Chris Miller were involved in making an animated Spider-Man film, not as directors, but producers of the film. And they want to adapt it from the 2014 Spider-Verse story by Dan Slott and have Miles Morales as the main protagonist. And you know the rest, it was a critically acclaimed film, it received tons of awards, including an Oscar, making it the first non-Disney movie to win Best Animated Feature since Rango in 2011. They plan to make more sequels and spin-offs of it, and inspire other studios and movies to capture the same art style like The Mitchells vs. Machines, The Bad Guys, Puss in Boots 2, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. The Spider-Man of the story is, any Spider-Man movie that's from the MCU or anime is gonna get more love than the Amazing Spider-Man universe that doesn't have Spider-Man at all. Welcome to another episode of The One Reviews. Let's take a look at the Spider-Man movie that got the bagel. This is my review of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's the story of Miles Morales, who got bitten by a radioactive spider and has trouble learning the Spider-Man moves. And in his universe, Peter Parker is dead. But when the big bad crime lord Kingpin used a device to open the multiverse, it released multiple spider heroes into Miles' world. Now Miles must learn how to control his newfound spider powers, defeat the Kingpin, and help the spider heroes get back home. Since it is a Spider-Man movie, it follows the same structure as one. Plot is all about Miles learning how to become Spider-Man while also trying to adapt his life regarding his new school, his passion for art, and his relationship between his dad and Uncle Aaron. But what makes the film intriguing itself is the concept of the Spider-Verse. We already jump into a timeline on what if Peter Parker died and someone else take on the mantle of Spider-Man, but it can expand more than just one incident. However, it still contains the Spider-Man quip and humor as well as the emotional moments involving the characters. The film also acts as a commentary about Spider-Man's legacy with references to his movies, comics, and other stuff.
How many more Spider people are there?
Save it for Comic-Con.
What's Comic-Con?
But the most important aspect of Spider-Man is the message of anyone can wear the mask. The whole point of the Spider-Verse and the multiverse in general is that anything can happen in any time or any place. One move or change can alter anything in an imaginative way. Anyone can become Spider-Man in another universe. I can become Spider-Man in another dimension. Your friend can become Spider-Man in another world. Even the boss can become Spider-Man.
My goldfish is Spider-Fish.
My brother's cousin nephew's roommate's girlfriend is Spider-Woman.
I am Spider-Actus.
Okay, I think everyone gets the picture. In fact, there are a lot of characters in the movie, but rather they're a hero, a villain, or a side character, they somehow manage to make the most of it thanks to their interactions and voice acting. Let's begin with the main Spider-Man of the group, Miles Morales. Now there's already a Miles Morales in the PS4 Spider-Man game during the same year as the movie, however this Miles' origin is different from the video game version. He's the new Spider-Man that has to figure out how to use his Spidey powers. Even though he wants to go back to his normal life, he unfortunately doesn't have a choice and has to learn to adapt to these new powers. After he saw Peter die before his eyes, he made a promise to finish Peter's job on stopping the Collider to save everyone. Lucky for him, he gets help from another Peter Parker, but not exactly a good mentor. Peter B. Parker is a down-on-his-luck Spider-Man that's trying to find his way back home, but in order to do that, he will have to team up with Miles and train him, and both their mentor and student relationship help them grow as characters, with Miles becoming Spider-Man in his own way, and Peter has to confront his past with his relationship with Mary Jane and regain his confidence. There's also Gwen Stacy, aka Spider-Gwen, who may be a love interest to Miles, but she does help a lot to save the multiverse and has her own arc on not being alone after losing Peter in her dimension. For the rest of the Spider Heroes, they're more like extras of the group to expand the Spider-Verse concept, but still likable with their personalities and unique traits, like Spider-Man Noir is the 1930s Spider-Man that sees things black and white, Penny Parker is an anime girl and programmer aided by her robot friend Spider, and Spider-Ham is the cartoon pig voiced by John Mulaney that presents some Looney Tunes slapstick, and oh, I can't help it!
Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does.
Other characters in the movie are meant to explore the relationship between Miles and his family, like Jefferson Davis is the police cop that dislikes Spider-Man, but he wants to make sure his son is okay and doesn't end up like Aaron, Miles' uncle, who is more rebellious. While the other supervillains like Tombstone, Green Goblin, and Scorpion are only there as extra helpers to the Kingpin, some of them like Doc Ock and the Prowler are conceptually interesting thanks to their clever twists. And then you have the main villain Kingpin, and he's actually a pretty good, intimidating Spider-Man antagonist. With his massive size, incredible strength, and his unstable goal on using Collider to open a universe where his wife and son is alive. Even if someone tells him not to do it for safety reasons, he refuses to back down and will destroy anyone standing in his way. The goal for the animation is to make everything in the film look like a comic book, and this movie was made by 140 animator by Sony Pictures Animation. And the result ended up being nothing short of fascinating. This is more evident with the backgrounds and special effects. It shows a grand scale in New York City while also taking audiences to interesting places like the Spider Cave, the underground subway, and the research facility. While the effects present some crazy stuff popping out, like whenever the other Spider heroes glitch out, the Collider activates the multiverse, the Spider senses go out, the inner thoughts of the text boxes, the graphics pop out through sound effect, or make the scenes sometimes in 3D. Another addition on capturing the spirit of the comics are the new powers that Miles receives, such as camouflage and the Venom Blasters, showing that the spider that bit Miles is not the same experimental insect that bit Peter a long time ago. When it comes to the character design, they're all impressive, giving them a 2D rotoscope look to them, while some like the Green Goblin and Scorpion are given a monstrous upgrade compared to the original comic designs. There are other different art styles used in the film, like anime expressions on Penny and her robot, monochrome on Spider-Man Noir, and 2D animation on Spider-Ham with cartoony movements to capture their respective dimensions. But the best parts in the movie are always the action scenes, and every single moment of them are amazingly spectacular. Whenever the Spider Heroes swing across the city, walk or jump on a building, there are unique camera angles to show their viewpoint on using their powers. And the way they use the frame rate, it shows the speed of the characters, but still captures the exact moment for a brief pause so everyone can see, like a big surprise or an epic punch. Sure, the animation may feel a bit choppy, but it is 100% a comic book movie with side effects from the multiverse. So in order to make a comic book movie, they would have to make it feel like a comic book movie. That's why other projects later would have that same art style and lean towards that direction to capture the spirit of the respective source material. In conclusion, this movie had created a world that's beyond amazing, spectacular, or even ultimate. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie next to the MCU Spider-Man films with engaging and exciting story, revolutionary animation, and memorable characters across the multiverse. This is an absolute must-watch for everyone, and I know comic books and Marvel fans will have a wonderful time watching this. As for the upcoming sequel, I'm still hyped about it. But if you're still concerned about the future of the Spider-Verse series, remember what Stan Lee said. It always fits, eventually. I give Into the Spider-Verse an A, and it gets this dimension's Diploma of Destiny. I'm Matt Patrick. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to the Spider-Ham dimension to get a hot dog. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, check out these other videos, or feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming reviews and other projects. I'll see you soon.